Hello peachies! Welcome back to Dear Peachy. Blush is a versatile cosmetic that can help enhance your natural beauty and give you a healthy, youthful glow. With so many blush shades available, it can be challenging to determine which one to choose and where to apply it. Did you know that different blush shades serve different purposes, and placing your blush at the wrong region can affect how you look? It's common for most of us not to give much thought to how we apply blush. Whether we're using a light or dark shade, we often follow the traditional method of simply smiling and applying it directly on the apples of our cheeks. Recently, there has been a surge of beauty enthusiasts and makeup professionals on TikTok who are sharing their preferred methods of blush placement. However, these techniques may not be the most flattering for all face shapes and may even result in an unbalanced or unnatural appearance. While applying blush may not require a lot of technical skill, it doesn't have the same dramatic impact on our appearance as eyebrow shaping or eye makeup. Blush is a game changer when it comes to creating a certain ambience for your makeup look. It adds a subtle atmosphere to your face and helps to enhance your facial proportions, creating a more harmonious appearance overall. Despite the seemingly minor changes, blush is an essential component of any makeup routine. Choosing the right color, shape, and placement of blush requires a certain level of expertise and attention to detail. So, get ready to learn with us on how to achieve a flawless blush application that complements your features and completes your makeup look in our video today. As usual, this video is divided into several parts. You can refer to the timestamps for the following sections. To begin with, in order to apply blush effectively according to your face shape and proportions, it's important to understand the different types of blush colors. There is a wide variety of blush colors available, but it's important to know that different shades serve different functions. Blush can be categorized into 3 types based on their colors or shades: expanding, contouring, and neutral. The expanding shades. The term expanding is directly translated from Mandarin. As the name suggests, it can help to create a plumper or firmer appearance for the face. The contouring shades are also known as contracting shades, as they serve the purpose of sculpting and creating a contoured effect by bringing the facial structure inwards. This can help to create a more defined and structured appearance. Here comes the question: how do we identify if a blusher is expanding or contouring shade? Let's take a closer look at this color grading scale. We can actually roughly divide the color picker viewer box into 2 sections. The region above is generally identified as the expanding shades, while the section below is the contracting shades. We can also observe that the color becomes brighter and has a higher expanding effect as we move up the vertical axis, while it becomes darker as we move down the axis. However, when it comes to the horizontal axis, it represents the saturation level of the blush. We can't observe the saturation level by simply placing the color picker at the top level of the graph, as it shows a color range from solid white up to a solid red color that is uncommonly seen in blush tones. Furthermore, it's worth noting that this range of colors tends to give a high expanding effect, as they are all very saturated. By moving the horizontal axis down to the middle section, we can observe that the color red takes on a tinge of gray undertone. As we move along the axis towards the right side, the color becomes more saturated, vibrant, and has a higher expanding effect. Conversely, as we move towards the left side, a higher level of gray undertone is added. It is less saturated and its contouring effect is increased accordingly. Applying this theory to blush colors, we can say that adding more white color to the shade increases its expanding effect, while adding more gray color enhances its contouring effect. The shades that are located in the middle of the color grading scale are referred to as neutral tones. These shades do not have any expanding or contouring effect, but rather have a natural, subtle hue that resembles the flush of your skin. However, it is a common misunderstanding that warm-colored blush shades are typically expanding blushes, while cool-toned blushes are contouring blushes. In reality, there are warm-toned blushes that have a contouring effect and cool-toned blushes that have an expanding effect. Blush colors can appear different on various skin tones, which can lead to misconceptions about which shades are expanding or contouring. Contrary to popular belief, using blush that contrasts with your skin tone can actually create a firming or expanding effect on your cheeks. Hence, the key factor is the saturation and undertones of the blush, rather than its temperature. Blushers in expanding shades such as purple or blue have been quite popular recently on social media platforms like Douyin. These shades are known for their lifting and firming effects on the cheeks. You may notice that they often have a high proportion of white undertones, which gives them a very light color. You may also notice that expanding shades are mostly cool-toned pink colors, and warm-toned expanding shades are rare to find. The Clinique blush in the shade Sorbet Pop has warm undertones and a light, saturated peach color that can provide a good plumping effect. The contouring shade blushes typically have warm tones and similar undertones to our contouring or bronzing products. These shades often have a low saturation level, which gives them a more muted and subtle appearance. In addition, the finish of the blush can also have a significant impact. If it has a shimmery finish, it will definitely have an expanding effect, while a matte finish will bring that contracting effect. But you should know that this is not always the case. Even matte blushes in cool-toned, bright, and light colors can still provide a plumping effect when applied on your cheeks. Nonetheless, if you use a darker shade with low saturation level which has a shimmery finish, it won't have the same contouring effect as a matte texture. It's similar to using bronzer. For those of you who have tan skin and do not feel the need to sculpt your face using blush, this type of blush may work better for you as it doesn't have a strong contouring effect, but rather gives a healthy and sun-kissed look. To determine whether a blush is an expanding, contouring, or neutral shade, there are some general guidelines we can follow. Expanding shades blushers tend to be lighter, brighter, and cooler toned, with either a shimmery or matte finish. Contouring shade blushes are usually darker and more muted, with a matte finish, and often have similar undertones to contour products. For shades that don't clearly fall into either category and are more of the typical or common blush colors, they are most likely neutral shades. Also, do keep in mind that there are no hard and fast rules when it comes to identifying whether a certain shade is an expanding or contouring shade, as the way a blush appears can be influenced by various factors, such as lighting, skin tone, and so on. For instance, a shade that appears contouring on someone with fair skin might have a neutral effect on someone with a darker skin tone. By considering the color, tone, and finish of a blush, we can choose the most suitable one for our skin tone and desired effect, whether it's for plumping and lifting our cheeks or creating a more sculpted look. After going through all these color theory classes which make you feel like an art student, we actually have some cheat sheets for you to find out your blush's shades in a faster way. To easily identify the shade of your blush, you can use a simple trick. Find a spot with good lighting and switch your phone camera to selfie mode. Then, apply a black and white filter and hold your blush next to your face. If the blush appears darker than your skin, it's likely a contouring shade. If it appears lighter, then it's probably an expanding shade. And if it appears similar to your skin tone, it's a neutral shade. This trick can save you time and make it easier to choose the perfect blush shade for your skin tone. Blushes come in a variety of formulas, each offering unique benefits. Powder blushes are the most common and come in a range of finishes from matte to shimmery. They're easy to blend and buildable, making them great for beginners. They are especially great for people with oily skin, as they provide a matte finish. Additionally, they can be easily reapplied during touch-up breaks. Cream blushes have a smooth and buttery texture that effortlessly applies on your skin, leaving a natural-looking flush on the apples of your cheeks. Its hydrating formulation makes it an ideal choice for those with dry skin. Additionally, cream blushes are easy to blend and spreadable, allowing for a seamless application that enhances your overall look. If you are looking for a blush that can give you a dewy, long-lasting finish no matter the season, look no further than Stain blushes. With a low oil formula, they offer subtle glow and excellent pigmentation, making them ideal for those with oily skin. For best results, lightly tap the blush onto your cheeks using a makeup sponge or brush to build up the desired effect. Liquid blushes are perfect for achieving a long-lasting, radiant look that appears natural on your skin. Their unique, blendable formula makes it easy to customize your appearance. Additionally, liquid blushes are almost oil-free, making them suitable for people with oily skin. While they can be easily applied with fingers, it may be difficult to control the ideal amount of product, making it less ideal for makeup beginners. Now that we have covered the different types of blush formulas available in the market, let's move on to the tools we need to apply them. The right tool can make a huge difference in achieving a flawless and natural-looking blush application. When it comes to the tools needed for blush application, the rounded head blush brush is a popular choice for applying lighter colors. It allows for the picking up of more product in a single dab, and is a great option for those who are more experienced in makeup application. However, caution must be exercised to avoid taking too much product and causing the blush to appear too saturated on the skin. On the other hand, the stippling blush brush is a favorite for its even application that blends well into the skin, giving a natural flush look. This makes it a suitable choice for beginners who are just starting out in makeup. Its natural looking and even finish also makes it a great option for overly saturated blushes that may look unmatched with one's skin tone. But it may also flick more powder when used on a drier or lightly packed blush, which can result in product wastage. In addition to brushes, powder puffs are also popular among beauty enthusiasts on platforms like Xiaohongshu. These petal-shaped, mini-size puffs are perfect for precise and effortless blush application to the inner area of cheeks. They are particularly suitable for lighter shades of blush as they can pick up more product, resulting in a more pigmented application. To sum up, having the right tools for blush application can make a significant difference in achieving a flawless and natural-looking finish. So just pick one that works best for you. Blush application can be a tricky task. There are several common mistakes that people make while applying blush, which can completely ruin the overall makeup look. In this section, we will discuss some of these common mistakes and provide tips on how to avoid them. One of the most common mistakes in blush application is choosing shades that are not suitable for our skin tone. It's easy to be swayed by social media hype and grab the latest trendy shade, but it's important to remember that what looks good on someone else may not work for us. Colors can appear differently on different skin tones, and selecting a blush that complements our skin tone is key to achieving a natural and flattering look. Improper placement and blending of blush can also significantly impact your overall makeup look. Blending your blush too low or extending it beyond the base of your nose can make your cheeks appear droopy and uneven. To achieve a more natural-looking flush, it's best to apply and blend your blush on the apples of your cheeks within the base of your nose and right next to the nosolar. One common mistake is to extend the blush all over the entire cheek area, leaving no blank area. It's important to leave some space between the blush and other features of the face to create a natural, balanced look. It's recommended to blend the blush in a suitable area, such as the level below your iris up to the temple region. This creates a more natural and seamless look, rather than having a concentrated patch of blush in one area. Blush application is not a one-size-fits-all approach. The placement of blush on the cheeks depends on your facial proportion and the desired effect you want to achieve. The right placement of blush can help accentuate your features and add dimension to your face. Contouring shades are commonly applied by sweeping them from the highest point of the cheekbone towards the side of the face. This technique helps to reduce the reflection of the cheekbone, which creates an illusion of the highest point of the mid-face moving inward and gives the face a more narrow appearance. Other than that, did you know that our mid-face has a triangular area that, if wider, can make our face appear wider? By using contouring blush, we can turn this area into a narrower triangle, which helps to create a more sculpted and defined look. This technique is especially useful for those with diamond-shaped faces, protruding cheekbones, and anyone who wants to narrow down their face shape. For those who love a plump and youthful-looking face, the expanding shades should be applied to the inner region of the cheeks, next to the nose bridge. Some people also prefer to use it on their cheeks to create the rounded, plumped look. To avoid going overboard, it is recommended to apply it within the region not exceeding the level of your outer corner of your eyes and the base of your nose tip. This technique is perfect for ingenue or any youthful make styles. Neutral shades serve as the perfect finishing touch to complete your look. When applied to the middle of your cheeks, just below your eyes, it draws attention away from the length of your mid-face, creating a more even focus from the cheekbones to the center region of your cheeks. Not only do neutral shades provide a natural flush, but they can also help to shorten the ratio of your mid-face, giving you a more proportionate and balanced look. If you're not looking for any particular effects, such as enhancing protruding cheekbones or filling in hollow mid-face regions, then the neutral blush can be applied freely anywhere on your cheeks. Rounded under-eye blush refers to a technique of applying blush to the area under the eyes in a rounded shape. This is the easiest and safest option to go for all types of face shape. This technique can create a more youthful and lifted appearance by reducing the mid-face ratio, and improve the radiance of your complexion. When using the rounded under-eye blush technique, selecting the right brush is equally crucial. It's essential to choose a brush with the appropriate size that can fit comfortably on your cheek. A brush that is too big can cause the blush to be overly spread, affecting the overall result. To apply the rounded under-eye blush, gently tap the brush on your cheeks for 4 to 5 times in the same spot, and then blend outwards with a tapping motion at the edges. Next, the all-over ambient blush technique. The term all-over ambient blush refers to a blush technique where a sheer blush shade is applied at different spots of the face to create a soft and glowing effect. To achieve a more cohesive makeup look, the all-over ambient blush technique involves layering the blush at the outer lower lid and upper lid to blend them together. A touch of blush is also applied to the top of the brows, nose tip, and chin to diffuse the color all over the face. This technique is particularly useful when you feel that your makeup looks disjointed and the colors of your eyeshadow and lips don't match. By using this technique, the look will be more balanced and put together. Moving on to the horizontal blush technique, it is somewhat similar to the rounded under-eye blush technique, but the blush is applied in a larger area towards the outer corner of the eyes. This technique can be particularly useful for those with narrow and elongated face shapes, as extending the blush area horizontally can add volume to the sides of the face and create the illusion of a fuller look. Remember that the intensity of the blush should gradually decrease as it goes towards the sides of the face. Applying the blush evenly from the center to the sides may result in a sun-kissed look instead. With that being said, this blush technique should be avoided for people with wider face shape, because this can make your face look wider instead. We believe that the under-eye blush is no stranger to anyone who follows Douyin makeup trend. This blush technique involves applying the blush right underneath your eyes, which will give you a delicate and vulnerable look as if you've just cried. It creates an illusion of thin and delicate skin. There is the option to apply blush to the lower region of your cheeks, just next to your nose, above the base of your nostrils. This technique creates a cute and adorable Japanese model look and is particularly suitable for those who wear glasses. When you put on your glasses, the rim of the lower area takes up some space on your cheeks. Therefore, if you place your blush in the middle of the same spot, it can look unbalanced and give the appearance of wearing too much makeup. By placing your blush at the region of the lower rim of your glasses, it will distribute the color more evenly, resulting in a visually harmonious look. If you would like to know more great tips and details about makeup with glasses, do check out our previous video. The link is just up here. Lastly, this blush placement works well for those who have eye bags or dark under eye. The crescent moon-shaped blush. Start by applying the blush in a U shape on the cheeks, avoiding the under-eye area. Make sure to avoid placing any blush on the under-eye. Moving on to the contouring blushes, these blushes are normally applied to achieve 2 different objectives. First is to enhance your face shape, or second to bring more dimension to your facial structure. To create the sculpted cheekbone blush look, start by applying the blush from your hairline towards your nosolar, avoiding blending it towards your mouth corners or chin. Blending the blush too low can give the illusion of a saggy or droopy face. The blush should only be blended until the level of your brow arch. Although the blush area may seem small, the muted tone of the blush also creates shadows that can reduce the appearance of protruding cheekbones, giving you a well-defined and balanced face shape. Another way to apply contouring blush is to place it right below your cheekbone. This technique adds depth and dimension to your face, making your cheekbones appear higher and more chiseled. It is often seen in makeup looks for runway models, as it creates a sculpted and defined facial structure. However, it may not be suitable for everyday makeup as it can give a more dramatic and intense look. Let's talk about expanding shade blushes. When applying these blushes, it's best to use a smaller blending shade as they're targeted at smaller regions. One technique for expanding shade blushes is the under-eye triangle technique. It's great for creating the illusion of a plumper and firmer mid-face, giving a more youthful impression and improving our complexion. To achieve this look, the blush is applied in a triangle shape under the eyes, right next to the nose bridge to firm up this region. For an even more natural look, you can layer a neutral shade at the center of your cheeks to blend with the edges of the blush applied earlier. This technique creates a more seamless blend and enhances the firmness and radiance of your cheeks. This blush combination works well for the majority face shape, and you should definitely give it a try. Other than that, the rounded under-eye blush technique is commonly used among Korean girl groups to add these expanding shades to their cheeks to create a more energetic, youthful and cute impression. However, this blush technique might be unsuitable for those who have bigger cheeks, as it will highlight and plump up your cheeks even more. To add to the previous tips, expanding shades can also be used to highlight the area just below the egg yolk cell, which can help to accentuate the eyes and create a more cohesive makeup look. This technique can also give you a doe-eyed appearance by adding a subtle matte highlight to the eye area. Now that we have explored the different blush types and their specific placements, let's take a closer look at the ultimate blush placement technique. For a truly elevated look, you can combine all three techniques to achieve maximum impact in enhancing your facial structure. This advanced combo technique involves using the expanding shade in the under eye triangle area, the neutral shades in the under eye rounded technique, and the contouring shade for a sculpted cheekbone look. By incorporating all of these techniques, the muted blushes can sculpt your facial structure to look more defined and narrower, the expanding shade can create the illusion of forward projection to firm up the mid-face, and neutral shade to improve the complexion. With that, you'll achieve a stunning and flawless makeup look that highlights your natural beauty. Choosing the right blush shade can make a big difference in how your makeup looks. When it comes to selecting the perfect blush, it's important to consider your skin tone. The right pop of color can instantly restore a healthy glow, warm up your skin tone, and make you look more awake in seconds. For those with fair skin, it's best to begin with a light application and gradually add more color until you achieve your desired result. Generally, fair skin tends to have neutral or pink undertones, so opt for blushes in soft pink, light peach, or cool toned berry shades. If you have deeper skin tones and warm undertones, shades like hot corals, brick reds, and deep berries complement the complexion. Avoid cool tone shades like blue-based pinks or berries as they can appear ashy. Instead, opt for warm reds and oranges. On the other hand, those with cool undertones should go for bright berry and mauve shades for a natural flush of color. Medium skin tones usually have a warm undertone and can be described as tan. For this complexion, a mix of peach and rosy pink shades can look amazing. You can also try shades with warm undertones such as terracotta, warm mauve, or a deep apricot. These colors will give your skin a natural and healthy glow. Lastly, for those with olive skin, a blush can quickly add a healthy glow to the skin due to its yellow and green undertones. Since green undertones lean toward cool, opt for a color blush that can warm up the cheeks. To achieve a natural flush, choose blush shades with orangey peach or golden tones. However, if you're having difficulty determining your skin undertone, you can check out our previous video on how to identify your undertone. In conclusion, the right blush can make all the difference in enhancing your natural beauty and adding that pop of color to your cheeks. By understanding the different types of blushes, such as neutral, contouring, and expanding shades, and their respective placement techniques, you can create a variety of looks to suit any occasion. It's also important to choose the right blush shade based on your skin tone and undertone to achieve the most natural and flattering result. With these tips and techniques, you can easily achieve a glowing and radiant complexion. So go ahead and experiment with different blush types, shades, and placements to find what works best for you. Comment down below to let us know which blush placement is your favorite. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye.